just gotta love the black sitcoms in the 90s. Days of just sitting there gathered up with the family watching your favorite shows. I miss those days. And having crushes on some of the most beautiful black females on TV during that time. Like Lark Voorhees from Saved by the Bell, Jasmine Guy from A Different World, Tia and Tamara from Sister Sister, Lisa Bonet from The Cosby Show, Karen Parsons who played Hillary Banks on The Fresh Prince Show, Kelly Williams from Family Matters, and the list goes on. But there was one girl from the show Family Matters also who I thought was such a beautiful angel, named Michelle Thomas. She was a little short thing, but her bright eyes and big smile made her stand out. And it just seemed like she was just sweet, down to earth, a fearless, beautiful young lady to me, who was taken too soon in my opinion. Let's get into her story now. Michelle Thomas was born September 23rd, 1968 in Boston, Massachusetts, but grew up in Montclair, New Jersey. Now, her mother, Penwa Thomas, was a stage actress and singer, and her father, Dennis D.T. Thomas, was a saxophonist for the legendary R&B music group Kool and the Gang. Her mother, Penwa, had Michelle when she was a tween. I think the age of a tween is between 9 to 12 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And Penwa's father had arranged for her to have an abortion, but she just couldn't do it. Her mother, Penwa, was destined to do something with her life, and she used to act and would take Michelle and her brother David on the road to her gigs with her. She would also practice and go over her lines with Michelle, coaching her and preparing her to be an actress, and they were very close. Michelle, as a little girl, also would travel with her father on the Kool and the Gang concerts and tours. By 1983, Michelle's dreams of being a star was starting to manifest, and she began appearing in TV commercials. When she was 15 years old, a friend of her mother's heard Michelle sing and was blown away and suggested that she enter Hal Jackson's Talented Teen pageant. After entering the competition, she was crowned Miss Talented Teen New Jersey and headed to the finals in Montego Bay in Jamaica. Out of 40 teens, Michelle's beauty and singing won over the crowd, and she became international queen in the international competition, winning all types of prizes and meeting Don Cornelius on Soul Train. Not only having talent and beauty, she was also an alumna of the West Essex High School and also attended Montclair School of the Arts and the Broadway Dance Center, studying jazz, modern, and hip-hop dance. After that, with her mom as her acting coach, Michelle decided to focus on acting, even though she was offered a record deal to record music because she could sing and dance, but she set her sights on acting in Hollywood. In 1988, she landed the role of Justine Phillips, the girlfriend of Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, appearing in 8 episodes. Now see, Michelle and Malcolm had been friends a long time before they started working together, but the chemistry was so strong on the show that they ended up dating for over 5 years. In 1989, she did an episode on the ABC action drama series A Man Called Hawk. And that same year, she starred in a movie called Dream Date with Tempest Bledsoe and Kadeem Hardison that year. In 1991, she had a little small role in the movie Hanging with the Homeboys as a telemarketing operator. But in 1993, she landed her biggest role ever as Myra Monkhouse, the girlfriend of Steve Urkel on the sitcom Family Matters, which had already been running for 2 seasons before she joined the cast. In 1994, Michelle and Malcolm Jamal Warner broke up, but remained good friends. She said in an interview that Malcolm's still the love of her life, and he's such a good guy, but they were so young and they both needed to grow. That same year, she ended up doing 2 episodes on the show Thea, and did an episode on the sitcom Roseanne. In 1997, she made a guest appearance in the R&B group Drew Hill's video titled Never Make a Promise. And in that plot of that video, she played Jazz's pregnant girlfriend. But she also had a drunk father who rapes her but is too scared to tell anyone. And that's a great song by Dru Hill, one of my favorites they made right there. She also was featured in Mint Conditions' video titled What Kind of Man Would I Be?, which is another great song I like. That same year, she did an episode on the show Malcolm and Eddie and hosted the show Soul Train for a week. And around that time, she was becoming a megastar. She was becoming a standout of her own, playing Steve Urkel's girlfriend, and people were starting to recognize her. She was also in the studio recording music, and she knew a lot of artists in the music industry. She knew a lot of people. I know she was real cool with John B. and Michelle, and when it comes to health, she led a healthy lifestyle. She was a vegan, she didn't eat meat, eggs, fish, didn't drink soda, never smoked or drank alcohol. But also that same year, she was diagnosed with a rare form of stomach cancer known as an intra-abdominal desmoplastic small round cell tumor. Now, this is the crazy part though. That type of cancer at that time had only been found in adolescent Caucasian boys between the ages of 10 and 30. During the last season of Family Matters, her cancer grew worse, making it hard for her to do her scenes. And that's when her screen time grew shorter and shorter, and she had to leave the show for good, shortly before Family Matters was canceled. Now, after getting diagnosed, she underwent surgery to remove the lemon-sized tumor from her abdomen, but she refused treatments for her condition because she was afraid that they would interfere with her chances of conceiving children. After making a full recovery, she landed a role on the popular, long-running soap opera Young and the Restless as Callie Rogers Stark, an aspiring singer. And she was excited about that role because most of her career, she always played a young girl. And with this role, she finally got to play a woman. She finally got to be sexy and to show people that there was more to her than just Justine from The Cosby Show or Myra from Family Matters. And for her outstanding work on that soap opera, she earned herself an NAACP Image Award for her work on the daytime series. But a few months later, that cancer came back, which sent her to the operating room once again. But this time, it had ruptured. And it was then that she knew that her time was likely short. And at that point, she just chose to step away from acting and live out her final days with her family. After being released from the hospital, she flew home to New Jersey to spend Thanksgiving with her family. And after nearly 2 months of fighting, following her second surgery, on December 23rd, 1998, Michelle died 2 days before Christmas in New York with her family members present. Family members say they knew she was in a lot of pain, but Michelle didn't show it. She was tough. They say she kept cracking jokes, trying to keep everybody happy and hopeful and in good spirits. And she was really fighting that disease with all her heart. And she wanted to live. Even though they was broke up at that time, Malcolm Jamal Warner was right there by her side when she passed. Another person who took her death hard was Jaleel White, who broke down crying when speaking about her in the interview. There was talk about a Family Matters reboot on Netflix back in 2017, but Jaleel White said nobody contacted him about it, and no reunion would be complete without him acknowledging the beloved Michelle Thomas. A Muslim funeral service was held, as she had requested. She was buried in Montclair, New Jersey, near her home. She was 30 years old. R.I.P. Michelle Thomas.